Plants United by Nation with submission of Mars Contention 1. This is Germany itself for first allows liberalization of the international exchange. One question, global distribution of power shifting result, global lessons of birthright death, the conflict regulation, actor, bank, the Germany card claim, relative confrontation result, free markets, civil trade, financial mechanisms that appear, American authorities benefit Europe, Asia, Portugal, world, return to rebel growth, institute, and keep away, regional states, world, and Germany, great power wars, emergence, statistical evidence proves that's ONL is backing high spread study conclusion free, ideological lies, conflict, with increasing states acting in the world war, next family, democracy, peace, commercial peace, and people are anti-war, peace, inducing factors, habits, or coincidentally, we can explain how the society got started, learning race, American and Germany further, global economy rate open, one country must take lead in keeping the sea line to provide liquidity, coercion, threatening trade barriers, original military relation, or both internal stability can be applied to other areas, including security, human rights, ILO keeps being go on, Huntington may be a deeper cause, the proxy cause, economic growth, to render final intervention, western part of other countries embrace, economic openness, globalization caused by emerging U.S. as the hegemony, and competition guarantees war, that's all first, 09, people are motivated, non-national motives, social status, to those, important research shows human appear, hardware, sensitivity, status, and things powerful, motivated, distributors, turning to satisfaction in the cloud, bullshit, effect, capabilities, less likely, status, competition, you change, fewer incentives, you push system, face speaking, and translate, purpose, conflict, and action, has says, scary competition, done to be serious summons, the empirics prove our claim that Dresner, 05. For 15 years, 70 few are declined power, 74 number war peaked in 91 and 51 number has fallen, 04 number declined to 20 recent wars and declined with all hegemon called the US recent powers get along to US much more powerful we the world you power opposed the world you can pull world more peaceful and bipolar one the peace in the right the US should find a privacy chance economic independence peace gaming democracy go right the window youth power and powerful constraint appears while the conflict war can't set every conflict blunt to love democracy military affairs private states the challenge the US with suicide anyone by the war the US and alternatives to Germany guarantee the war that's taken in 12 collapse of British orders produced for him to I can hear August IHSA orders survive secret British rising powers live in the frame that sounds too good for you to would shape in the by America balance shift will be the change or can assume the great powers would agree on benefits for the order or have the capacity to provide the balance for shift in all currencies making the Moscow predicted just like the Assad if they gain influence we will see fewer democratic transitions more autocrats order dependent on powers willing to export free markets with other nations take on burden expenses that China and Indian nations will solve in competition not security move on America dominated oceans going to policing could be arresting a conflict rather than liberal order although China been beneficiary to underground because they autocratic priority preserve state control and might kill the goose and the golden age they can't keep it in themselves like countries imagine America was replaced by also their how many but historically parity source miscalculation war among the powers of the economy in 16th and 18th centuries. There's been no better recipe for peace than Turkey who holds the upper hand. The order released by declination, the right that they're like the skeleton whole building goblet can be reserved to America that defines the institution America's for will clash and discover U.S. is essential. Alternative America with chaos situation empirically to turn itself word for there may be fits that motivating question be able to empower the race and tolerance if you want to do so. No, it's a demonstrate robust correlation causal work given the simply on current problems approach to war and solution to U.S. war generation and the forward perceptions alternative variation war predominantly an absent effect to turn forward punching cost make gamble not worth the risk no gender concentrates all the costs there are too many variables which should test against real war. We can test against the major wars, although not going to prove causation might testify that did not occur and deter soul violence and Luke 1508 deter become a daily fall and not local social relations both social structure printing and possibly right points violence the achieve rationally defined criminally practices deter help explain how active create cooperative practice break away from violence by secure deliver perception of state and enemy things only believe violence but people need to trust answer believe others or not to engulf with deserted price physical and security referring their attention between the three lines to Germany first is STEM education plan is key element or two inspiring youth and priority U.S. Council advanced science and limit to plans and university supply engineering workforce and has been key fostering the American version major towards essential advanced science contributed to presumed form or the basis of reflected downward trend of U.S. relative other or some argument money put in space on going to put directly education unfortunate misconception America is on the top study for a student project does not increase American pursuing degree in science and engineering government cannot lower change duration enough to convince 18-year-old of this 8-year degree students need something to inspire their effort during public to increase the numbers during science engineering math and as well as math and double quotes the downward trend and as a budget mission marks the unique ability to figure American future scientists engineers only Mars solves at Thompson 11 there's one way going to be rescuing NASA finding all its nations same way Kennedy did years of missions for Barnes well the call doesn't care goes place we are one new destination new rational defense that's the program makes sense master to answer the mail because red planet farmers earth like years has everything for itself and kind of NASA put estrogen on Mars no more the already planned spend a human place in the Mark goal there will be any 20 years from now that overcomes and all calls it key to hedge the broker for public rights telling the most interest in engineering math and science this appears been thorough money and they've been so it cures the best real educational means of motivating since one motivation the trust free market and also important needs of the educational system when motivated to learn things that living costs will be found at Roman Empire mean dynasty inspiration love imagination perception knowledge other hand like balance polar interest to take their raffle began as you said reaching peak and mental attention now seems rarely followed so the alternatives to be cautioned some education solves one in my head 09 science and technology innovation greatest ally to be global warming usually environmental tech will lie expansion of STEM not clear US will have not talents right cycle sustainability to be global warming must focus on intellectual and strong country STEM education make a different extinction to sell a lot of the role called by teaching emissions by mass population inspection heat trust food water security important not to allow countries to fight and prevent action catastrophe serious not possible long we have time research the brain treats need the climate stability restoring that warming emission treaties any distributed any more relationship AIDS HIV or cancer it's a response there's compelling comprehensive because evidence U.S. chaining climate ways that run society, scientific uncertainty, resolve global country rise for denying this evidence is irrational. Human nature may not be remote risking effects make world uninhabitable. High theory humans would incur dissipation of heat becomes possible, making environments uninhabitable. Second, controlling because aerospace engineering climate is key, and that's key to hedge the claim. And 10, aerospace is drawing the main viable economies right now hold global marketplace. There's possibly guarantee a boom aerospace mature country remains a forefront. The center of the IHSA poorly funded obsessed with risk aversion project only future program ability capture. The U.S. support tries to send human live on Mars to offer salvage and tree, recollecting potential allies. If society America should be able to avoid half the cost of the policy program, receive unwavering support with the entire world. Understand to unite, embark a new course to relative partners and very within human principles generating so much work to prophecy in the fat years. The global return either pursue weapon after America discards programs in space. I know they should every opportunity to take chance with Mars, become the new world leader, independently plans to keep competitive system. I'll have O2, all the U.S. maintain strong position technology since 1980 pressure from a number of nations to decline U.S. share. World airspace market drop 50%, China's increased their shipments by 80%, high tech industries, newly touched economic threat, U.S. economic production, the fastest U.S. force generating aid of technology, these continue the growth of the U.S. economy. Mars mission direct NASA, R&D, high tech industry, approach innovation, the world will gain the U.S. market share and decline competitiveness, facilitates war, the collies at 11, hard to reach rapid growth, the countries could have economic problems, their economic growth, and faster this culture, judicial power trends, be produced when a multiplayer world of possibly being not question of whether, but when a new order will emerge, closing gap, intense geopolitical competition, green sense, local play, powers against one another, long period of peace, and with air, U.S. leadership, multiple systems being unstable compared to and fairly multiple systems, right, growth, both world war, region, competitive, devastating consequent powers, where after balance, there could be high possibility of arms race, mass escalation, or conflict, hostile trade involved in make aggressive move, Beijing, rise, enable military build, or trans-territorial claims, world relations, Korea, Japan, India, Southeast Asia, and U.S. most increasing China aggression, U.S. most restoring condition, both innovation, excellent teaching, higher education, repel U.S. ecology, and we control, impact, uniqueness, competence, sound, breakdown, that's deadly, intent, climate change, U.S. administration, concern the U.S. can no longer take its priority again, nation, Europe, Asia, faster track advance U.S. Tech innovation, graduate science engineering, U.S. being awarded less being steady growth of the U.S. remains a leader in innovation and base like power failed to evolve raise high tech sector trade manufacturing aircraft loss of information about tech nanotech losing ground in Asia. We're not building human capital. U.S. needs the word of building our advanced rapidly lower competitors to overtake it. U.S. surpass innovation by 2020. Third, controlling its space leadership plan is key. That's Wolfgang 15. Today's leadership in space could be coming to an end. European allies soon abandoned to whatever stuck out there on this nation. We're doing suffer because no longer ability to do cutting edge research to the device. So you should give me more cards. Past language should not have a death note since NASA space shuttle would put out age to allies other nations. Government during which the cost march to genocide and Obama decision made a break making notion. The nation's credibility would take a major hit and force a breakout now resolve quickly, and that's what we viewed as an unreliable schizophrenic agency. That's key. That's key to American credibility and hedge its locks in the 17th space cycle. We keep making significant contributions so far. We're giving it to bring cancer under concern. We're returning and we're reducing demands only voluntary. So give up to process of military air shots and use of foreign policy, space and foundation, U.S. soft power ability, human exploration, set of both offers of leadership, lines for nation, prize opportunity, find other partners, able to join other with goals. We realize like pursue adopting other nations when some nation to keep reaching Mars and they is it conceivable you word at least signature world is might will make your contribution having world USC as a great country and death is real and bad. That's my RSO 9. We're not just sending your very precise outreach molecules that can destroy when you build the sandcastle with the wash the way grains are there when you lost a range of that you appreciate. If I were to blow up a creature, would anyone say that he cannot be destroyed, therefore by no to harm? That's crazy behavior. A particle is not a good guy. You can't tell me, mess with you justify my way to lost people are not particles or accurate behavior in many particles. You cannot ignore higher order relation. We're talking about our faith first. Independent exists in way precision. C. So he said 21 dissipating can't be brought back. Someday it will end to pretending they translate it doesn't do it. The pain is real.
That's good. Okay. Awesome. So I want to talk about your own evidence. He's citing Mack, who says things like democratic peace, commercial peace, etc., anti-war. Where's the line between hegemony and producing those things?
Yeah, you're ignoring them. Okay. Let me raise American hegemony. He says, for the global economy to remain open, one country must take the lead, which entails keeping sea lines open.
Right, that's what Owen is saying.
Yes.
But he's like citing Mack, who's the actual study, and he's like, I think that this means that hegemony was the cause.
Statistical evidence proves that.
No, statistical evidence proves that peace is increasing, not that hegemony is the cause of that.
You did not let me finish. Statistical evidence proves that democratic peace is reasons why war is on decline. People are anti-war. The reason why that is from
But Owen's arguing that, not Mack.
Yeah, Owen.
Okay, just clipping that for everyone. All right. Can you explain to me why going to Mars would invigorate STEM students?
Well, Arms indicates that we need to inspire students to see that they have like a future in this field. So Arms gives
So what's the future they say?
So our example is the Apollo era. Once we had a mission to the moon, it positively influenced the number of people pursuing science, engineering, and mathematics degrees. And so Mars would be the same thing. But the problem is that we need a new rationale, a new program to be able to convince people that there is a reason to go into science.
That's cool. Your gave evidence talking about competitiveness being on the brink. It cites things like, here we go, fall in aircraft and biotech, nanotech, losing ground to Asia. How does the plan overcome these things?
Yeah, you're missing the point. We're not building human capital. The reason why those things are in decline is because we don't have human capital.
So here's the thing. You are a student, all right? Bear with me. You are right now. So let's say that you think that going to Mars is cool.
Sure.
What are you going to study?
What do you mean?
science, engineering, mathematics, STEM field.
Specifically in the context of
STEM, I don't know.
probably going to Mars.
No, not
No?
necessarily. Yeah,
Okay.
Again, you're missing
What spin-off tech?
Apollo era. This empirically proved. We had a massive influx of people pursuing science, engineering, and mathematics.
Right,
Not
but
just
those people that went, the influx of people that went in.
Not necessarily.
I'm
like,
pretty
if
sure.
the plan
Are you?
immigrates-
Wait,
if
would
the-
you be arguing that Silicon Valley and the massive immigrants we took in was not the reason for a lot of American technological progression?
I have no idea why that's relevant. Because we had another. If you win that argument, because we had another increase.
I guess my question is, if I'm a student and I love going to
disprove-
Mars,
Okay.
why does that mean that I
That
want to
it
develop
means
nanotech,
that-
biotech,
It
all
means
those
that
other
in
things?
college you are more likely to pursue a degree in a STEM field, which would have spin-off.
Right, but you want to be an astronaut.
Well, I understand you don't
But
get this
not
rationale, but it's empirically proven in the Apollo era. That's just an assertion that is false, that they only went into degrees concerning with science. There was an overall trend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your space leadership advantage. Can you explain to me how going to Mars would increase space leadership?
Yet again, it talks about the fact that right now the agency of NASA is being viewed as unreliable, schizophrenic, because we're like, yes, Mars, no Mars.
Schizophrenic?
Yes, Mars, no Mars, stuff like that.
It's viewed as schizophrenic.
Yes.
What's wrong with that?
Well, no, just use
It means other countries don't know what the U.S. policy is. It's not like every
Yeah,
government
sorry.
advantage.
No, we're good.